Greetings, everyone. Well, sorry for the delay. Was working a lot, was tired, and then I spent the last 4 days with Rosie, so obviously my focus is Rosie. Yeah, didn't mean to be waiting until almost the middle of the month to be starting all these Christmas and Boxing Day updates, but hey, what can you do? It's just the way things go sometimes. Got a lot of stuff planned for the weeks, months, and year ahead. One of the big things, of course, being the 50th anniversary of Doctor Who, so expect lots of Doctor Who related videos. I've actually been working on getting the collection organized over the past couple of weeks and sort of breaking it down into ones I'd like to do videos about. So look forward to that, unless, of course, you hate Doctor Who, in which case, sucks to be you. Alright, so to begin with, I thought we'd talk about some DVDs that I picked up on Boxing Day. It was some Boxing Day sales over at the store. Yeah, this was just a deal I could not pass up, and this was some stuff that I've been wanting to get for a very long time, but for whatever reason just never got around to, or it was just out of my price range at the time. You know, given how often these particular sets go on sale, I didn't want to, you know, spend more than I really needed to on them, because I figured, well, since they go on sale so often, why would I pay full price for them? You know, it just doesn't make sense. I just wait for the sales. You know, it's the same for any shopping. Wait for the sales. Yeah, but I guess this is the intro, so I'm not going to tell you what it is just yet. What did I get? Well, some TV show sets that some of you have been asking me about for quite some time. Well, I'm happy to report that at long last I have started collecting them, and I intend to get them all. What are they? Let's find out today on the Multimedia Chronicles. Welcome back. Well, first off, a couple of reacquisitions. Now, every single one of these except for one was on sale Boxing Day for $8.99 each. My discount brought them down to a little over $8. So not too shabby at all, and I'm sure once you see these you'll agree that's a hell of a good deal. So first off, a couple of reacquisitions. I picked up Family Guy Volume 7 once again, and with the slipcover, of course. And you can probably see it in my hand here, also reacquired Family Guy Volume 8. Both of these I sold my original copies of, and have been wanting to get them back in the collection. I still need to reacquire volumes 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. And I'd really like to get the original releases with the larger boxes, because they have the slim packs inside, and they basically, over the course of them, they have way more disc art, and, well, not so much disc art, but package art, than the recently re-released slim versions, where they just have everything crammed into normal size keep cases. So, yeah, ideally I want to get the original releases of those. I have seen them kicking around some of the local pawn shops and thrift stores, so I can probably pick them up fairly cheap. It's just a matter of getting off my ass and actually doing that. But yeah, so anyway, got 7 and 8 again, and couldn't pass this up because it was also on sale for $8.99. Also got Volume 9, so yeah, finally got to watch some new Family Guy that I hadn't seen yet. This, of course, once again has the slipcover, really quite nice. This is the one that has the big murder mystery episode. Has it in rather extended form. The version on the DVD here actually runs almost a solid hour, so that's pretty cool. So there's a look at closer look at the package art there. So I'm actually capturing to my 6-core now instead of the quad-core. I'm hoping that gives a slightly smoother picture. So a couple of inserts. We've got an ad for Family Guy Online, something about Seth MacFarlane singing love songs. I don't know, whatever. Does anybody really care about that? Whole bunch of ads for basically a big ad for a whole bunch of the previous Fox animated releases. Little ad for Family Guy and the Cleveland Show. I still have not seen the Cleveland Show, actually. If I see those cheap, I'll probably pick those up as well. And then what's this? Oh, here we go. Some talking action figures of Family Guy. So, pretty cool stuff. And then onto the disc itself. or the discs themselves rather. We have what is it, 13 episodes? Yeah, we have 13 episodes. There's the back. We have 13 episodes spread across 3 discs. Very nice. And then of course the episode listing on the inside of the cover. I don't think there's anything. Yeah, there's just a little bit of additional disc art underneath the last disc there. So quite nice indeed. Now these next ones, I'm not going to show you all the interior artwork because it would take far too long, because I got a whole pile of them. So that's Family Guy. Bask for a moment because I need all the space. Good? Alright, let's carry on. I don't care what anybody says, I still love Family Guy, and I think it's just as funny as it was in the old days. In fact, in some ways I think it's funnier. I like the fact that it's edgier and goes more for shock humor and stuff, because I find that funny. Another series that a lot of you have been asking me about for a very long time, especially since, I don't know if you can see it up there, you probably can't, no you can't see, but up on one of the top shelves there I actually do have all of the original releases of Futurama, and I love Futurama. I've got volumes 1 through 5 and the first 2 movies. I used to have the last 2 movies on Blu-ray, but sadly they were amongst the things that were sold recently. But there was another series, of course, from the creators of Futurama, the one that really put them on the map. I'm, of course, talking about The Simpsons. Yes, at long last, I'm collecting The Simpsons on DVD. One thing, I will show you this set just as an example. So we have a lot of disc art here, which is really nice. I'm glad that they haven't actually minimalized these sets, really. So each set does come with a booklet, which contains artwork and episode synopses, a letter from Matt Groening, which is quite cool, and then the way that the discs are laid out, you have this weird, it's almost like a digipack, but not quite. You have this weird flip tray that all the hinges are kind of interconnected and interlocked, so you get all of these, I don't know, they feel weird, like they feel like they're going to fall out, but they're not, they're actually stable. But yeah, it's kind of strange, hard to describe, other than, well, I just showed it to you, so if you can't figure it out, it's not my problem. So yeah, it basically just folds up, sort of, you know, like that. You put that over there, and then, you know, normally you would think that it would just kind of slide out the side, you know, like a normal slipcase. I always thought that's how they were, but they're not. It's actually a flap, as you can see there, that folds over, so it makes it a little bit awkward to put it in and take it out with, you know, without sort of wrecking it over the course of time. I don't know why they did it like that. So yeah, you kind of have to fold it back in, and there you go. And it's okay, I guess. Whatever. So there's the back. Nice thing about these Simpsons sets is they are loaded with extras. Like there's commentary on literally every single episode, and they got all kinds of behind-the-scenes stuff, and they got a lot of archival extras. You got a lot of the old Butterfinger commercials that Bart and Homer were in, and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. So yeah, $8.99, just like the Family Guy sets. And then of course we also picked up season 2, which is great. I have to say, it's been great watching The Simpsons again. I haven't actually really seen the show much over the past 10 years or so, mainly because I don't have cable. Well, actually I do have cable now, but it's really, really basic cable. I don't think I even get a Fox affiliate, so there you go. So then we got season 3 as well. Very nice. Oh, it doesn't stop there. At $8.99 a season, I couldn't pass these up, man. We got season 4. Quite nice. That there. Season 5. I've actually watched the first 3 seasons already since buying them, as well as most of the extras. Listened to some of the commentaries on the first season. I haven't listened to all of them, but now you're probably wondering, okay, Sean, season 6 is when they started doing the collector's heads, of the various Simpsons characters. Honestly, I don't really care about the collector's heads. I think they're kind of gimmicky and, quite frankly, take up way too much space on the shelf. So I picked this up, which is the regular edition of season 6. They also stopped doing the TV design and went for more original designs. This is a cutout here, and if you slide it out, there you go. You actually do get Homer's head, just not in bumpy form and stuff like that. Yeah, I actually, this is the one that cost a little bit more, because I actually, at Future Shop, they only had the first 5 seasons available for sale at the discounted price. So season 6 I actually picked up at Walmart. I think it was like $15. Still pretty cheap. I mean, if you look on Amazon, the normal price for all these season sets is between 30, sometimes as high as $50 for one season. And I mean, come on, if you can get them on sale quite frequently, why would you pay that much for them, really, unless you just can't wait to get them, I guess. But yeah, one thing I've seen people asking about, and I'll answer it now, is they've started releasing some of the older seasons on Blu-ray. I believe starting with season 13. They have 13, 14, and 15 all out on Blu-ray or DVD. The DVDs, they don't seem to be doing the regular cases anymore. They're only doing the heads. At least that's all I've seen around. So yeah, so one of the big questions, of course, is there even any point to putting it on Blu-ray? Because they didn't actually start using a full high-definition workflow until season 20. So what is the point of putting seasons 13 and earlier, or between seasons 13 to 19 presumably, on Blu-ray? And well, the answer to that is quite simple. Apparently, the Blu-rays do look noticeably better. I mean, even though they're from standard definition sources, they use fewer discs than the DVDs, and B, they can use a higher bit rate, and C, apparently the colors look a lot sharper and brighter than they do on the DVD versions, and there's a lot less pixelization and such, which is just inherently an issue with DVD because of what DVD is. So yeah, so when I get up to those seasons, I definitely plan to pick up the Blu-ray editions, simply to have the even though it's a slight boost in quality, it is a boost in quality, and yeah, so why not, right? I mean, let's get them as good as they are. Now, I know there's been a lot of criticism about the later seasons. A lot of you are probably going to comment and say, stop after season 7 or 8 or whatever. But honestly, don't waste your breath. Don't waste your fingers typing, because I'm going to get them all. Period. End of discussion. I don't care if you don't like the later seasons. I've seen bits and pieces of the later seasons, and I really don't see what the big problem is. I know that there was some criticism for seasons, was it 8 through 12, I think, where Mike Scully was the showrunner. He's one of the writers who's been with the show for quite a while. But apparently when he was the showrunner, he turned it more into more of a silly cartoon rather than an animated sitcom. You watch these early episodes and they do have a lot of heart to them. There's some that will even move you to tears at times. It's or at least pretty damn close. It's really quality comedy drama. And apparently seasons 8 through 12, things got a little bit silly, lost a lot of fans during that period. But then once Al Jean and the rest of the gang sort of came back and took the show over again, it got back on track. So my understanding is the seasons that followed that sort of so-so period are much closer to what people expect from The Simpsons. And I mean, come on, you can't expect a show that's been running for almost 25 years now to stay the same the whole time. I mean, it has to change, it has to evolve. I mean, look at Doctor Who. Look at how many times, how many changes Doctor Who has gone through over the years. You can't expect it to be the same today as it was in the 60s. It's ridiculous. Same goes for a show like The Simpsons, which has been running almost as long as the original series of Doctor Who. That's pretty crazy when you think about it. But yeah, so anyway, I've really been enjoying revisiting The Simpsons. It's like visiting an old friend again. And I can't wait to work my way through the rest of these seasons. The one thing I'm kicking myself about is I should have picked up season 7 as well, because it was also on sale. I actually had it in my basket at Walmart, but there was some other stuff I wanted to pick up, which we'll look at in other updates. And I basically made an executive decision and decided, I'll get season 7 later, because it's going to take me forever to get through the first 6 seasons anyway. I say, already having watched the first 3 in a couple of epic marathon sessions. Well, more than a couple, but you know what I mean. Yeah, so... But the main reason I'm kind of kicking myself about not picking up season 7 is, of course, because it has the resolution to the season-ending cliffhanger of season 6, namely, who shot Mr. Burns. Now, I have seen the concluding episode of that. I do know the solution to the mystery. I won't say for those 3 of you out there who haven't seen it and want to be surprised. But it would have been nice just to have that complete little mini story arc. Oh well, whatever. I'll get it eventually. It's no big deal. But for the rest of them, I do plan to pick up just the regular editions, not the Simpson head editions. I know some people like them for their collectability, but as I say, I mean, as you can see, shelf space is limited enough as it is. I don't need it to be taken up by bulky Simpson faces. So, yeah, so there we go. So that's the new stuff right there. Lots more to come, but you'll have to wait until next time to see what else there is. Until then, thanks for watching, and sayonara.